The Devil in Detail, the Grendel Reread podcast. I'm Eli.
I'm Ben. It's a very special memorial 126th episode of the podcast as we remember Bernie Mireault.
Yes. Truly terrible news reached us this week. I was away for Rose City Comic Con, and Ben and I spoke, and we heard from Bernie's friends online that he had passed away. And, man, it just really hit us. We are always talking about Bernie's work. People tell me more than once that they say Bernieisms now as something that, that's something we say all the time when we see a detail or something like that in the Grendel comic. And, we refer to it as these Bernieisms. And so,
Yeah.
We just want to send a huge shout out to Bernie. He was never a guest on the podcast, but he answered every question I ever sent to him.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like an adjunct professor of Grendelism that we were, able to, get an answer out of anytime we had a question. He was super giving, super outgoing to me about that. And why are you smiling, Ben?
He's a primary source grindologist.
Primary source grindologist.
A grindologist.
I agree to that 100%. Yeah, it was really cool. If you go back through our episodes, especially the OGs of his work, he was always super giving and super ready to just, like I said, answer a question, talk to us. So I'm psyched to talk about everything he did. So Ben, first,
every panel he ever drew,
every single panel he ever drew. Yes, I've done an exhaustive timeline. No, I didn't. But he did a lot of stuff, and we know when I was bringing in all this stuff, I mean, it's a ton of stuff, and there's the new books that Nat Gertler put out. There's the old Mackenzie Queen trade, the all new Super Color Injected Turbo Adventure from Hell #2. That's our newest Bernie release. There's also this that you can get online. I don't feel like a ton of people know about this one. It's 16 short stories by Bernie Mireault.
Is that also from About Comics?
It is, yep.
And Eli, don't forget you published him twice in Cosmic Lion Productions magazines.
That's right. He's in Wizard and Wizard #2. In
This is
Wizard
together.
#1, he did like a kind of a team up of all his people, the Jam and Bug-Eyed Monster and Dr. Robot, just team up. And then in the second one, he wrote a little bio and sent me an unpublished comic with
Greek mythology.
Greek mythology, it's called. Yes. It's more than
this is To Get Her. This is a continuation of the Jam. I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, this is, I think, a newer About Comics release as well. And so I believe that you can still get this on Amazon.
Yeah, I was seeing all these About Comics books.
Yeah, so you can look. Here's a list of Bernieisms in a row as well, for your quick reference.
Let me ask you a question about. All right. Let's talk about.
No, let's go ahead.
Eli,
let's start where we talked.
Eli,
yes, sir.
You had met and were working with Bernie on Web Store and various support things before you and I met, I believe.
I believe so as well. Yeah. It's just, part of me wanting to be a publisher and get more into comics was wanting to connect with these sort of underground, artists, these creators that I thought didn't get enough shine. And so I reached out to Bernie just to see what was up, and where's the Jam and what's going on with it, and is there anything I can do to help? I went to college for business and for social media management and stuff, and so I was into that. I was reaching out to people to try to help them
and
get
look
into
at you
social
now.
media. I know, and so he was just excited. I went back through some of our talks and our emails, and he was really just like, yeah, I don't know anything about it, but I can tell from what you do that you do. So I'm just going to let you. He was happy to send me all the designs for the shirts and we worked through them and we had a contest because you can get the Jam logo tee on there.
So
And,
you're you're responsible for new designs from Bernie on a web store.
That's true. Yes.
You're the Bernie t-shirt guy. Wow.
Yes. If you're wearing a modern t-shirt of Bernie, then it's from the web store. And it was really cool. Like, Mike Allred shared it. And, Mike Allred's been always a big proponent of Bernie's. He is another way that he's the exact way I got turned on to Bernie's work is through Madman and The Jam.
Oh.
I didn't know really either.
98?
Yeah, I didn't know either character really. And I bought it off the stands. I knew MC Escher, and he's kind of like the third character in that book.
You turned me on to this book. I'd never heard of it, and we were
Right.
in LA, and it was just like one of several books I was looking for that just jumped into my hands in like 48 insane bin diving hours. It was crazy. This is an amazing book. So is it that are they both drawing throughout every page of this? Like that's
yeah, I think it's truly a jam. And now, Mike got his kind of start with Bernie, and Bernie was inking, I think, even Creatures of Id or something like that. So they were working together at the very start of Mike's career, where I think Bernie was like a little bit bigger than him, and he knew Bernie from maybe Mackenzie Queen or from Grendel. Because, again, Mike was a big Grendel fan. He sent Grendel pitches into to Dark Horse that were not taken. So, yeah, through these guys, I didn't really know either one. I think maybe I recognized the characters from Wizard and from probably Palmer's Picks or something like that. And so I just picked that book off the shelf, and it was like these underground characters and probably some of the first, of these underground 90s characters that I saw, and man, did it blow my mind.
15.
That was it for
me.
Yeah,
crazy shit.
I wish I'd
seen this when I was 15.
Yeah, like again, it's like just showed. I think I was like 13, 12 or 13 when if it came out in 96. So like
98.
98. Yeah, so I was 14. We were both 14.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it blew my mind, man. And it was just like, again, this is what comics can be. They can be this fun and funny and funky and cool and colorful and goof. I don't know, not goofy, but interesting. And so I love
the indie alternative superhero artsy thoughtful auteur approach. It's so like that's the vein that I have found the most mileage and bang for my buck.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and I think that was something that Bernie did so well, so amazingly. Like,
is Steve Rude in this book?
This is a collection of just like Madman team ups. So there's Madman and The Jam, and then Madman and Nexus.
Oh,
yeah. So there's two different collections in this.
Mike Allred. What a wizard of coordination, it would seem.
Yeah. And so, yeah, this one is, I think it's by Baron Rude.
Wow.
I told you that I wanted this
villain. I love Steve Rude's Madman. That's so cool.
It's so good.
Can you go back to Madman flipping out? Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah, it's really good. Dude.
I gotta look at some more Steve Rude.
Oh, look who's guest starring in this one.
The Jack
the King
with his Kangol hat.
Yeah, Jackie Kangol. And then we move to Madman and The Jam, which it's just such an amazing. It's so amazing, and I knew MC Escher really well, and so at that time, and so for that,
to have the anchor point already, and you're like,
yeah, exactly.
I know you understand the context,
right? And so I knew the world much more than I knew these characters. I didn't know them at all. Look at Gordy there.
I love that panel, Gordy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Big eyes, and you can really tell, that's such a Bernie face. I would love to see what the breakdown is on this. Wonder if we could get Mike Allred on the Grendel cast. We'll have to try to do that.
Nice. Oh, look at that gutter where the bricks faded to Frankenstein's face. That's great.
Oh man, yeah, it's so good. This right here.
I feel like the only Madman I ever read, a friend of mine in middle school, excuse me, had like the last issue of the Tundra, like 60-page Tundra book.
Right.
And it was so good that I totally understood what the book was about, even though I was only reading the last chapter.
Hmm.
But I never followed through. And I know I'm not gonna I know you love Mike already. I haven't had my moment yet. He's so good, but I haven't really connected since
There's like too much, so
that
you
last one.
haven't got your true
There's too much.
already in awakening.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna love it. I just haven't had the chance yet. Look at that
Yeah.
eyeball. So you
And
discovered Bernie
Napoleon
through this
Dynamite.
book.
Yeah, through Madman and The
Whoa.
Jam. Like truly like just blew my mind. And then, small town Maryland, it wasn't easy to find more of the jams. And like I didn't find them very often.
Yeah.
I was able to find more Madman, and so I started getting more into Madman, but there wasn't as much jam to jam out to. So like
Yeah.
it took a minute to find more the jams. And then, and maybe I forgot about it, and maybe I didn't like,
That's crazy.
yeah, dude, this book is
Oh my,
so good.
yeah.
And
Oh, the
and
planarian worms.
yeah.
Yeah, this is great. It's like I feel like they sort of tamper each other. Like they're like, you can tell I can tell who's super, I can tell who's who, but like they fit together really well. It's like a peanut butter jelly kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that layout. That's a great, two things happening at the same time.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And that's some Bernie stuff, right? I mean,
Yeah, man. That's the Bernie Zappa.
Bernie Zappa.
My
So
favorite
good.
is like in the Comico one where there's just like in the corner there's like 15 tiny little panels of like
Oh yeah,
mise
yeah,
en
yeah.
scene sensory stuff going on. Wait, can you go
Oh,
back to that one? It's like every page. This,
yep.
the vibe is similar in here. It's like Jim Woodring stuff.
Yeah, you know what? And I think I saw Jim Woodring after this, and I was like, "Is this the same thing?" I got
Hmm.
confused. I remember like very much thinking that they were similar.
I didn't do
Just
Jim
so
Woodring
similar.
until the last 18 months, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I got the two big books, Frank and One Spring Day. It's like 700 pages. It's perfect. It's perfect comics.
All right, man. And then, so through that, and then I interviewed Mike Allred a few years later when I was living in Florida, and he had mentioned that his favorite comic ever was this one, The Jam.
Nice.
Super cool. Sorry for the glare.
Hey,
Turbo
hey, Mike
injected.
Allred, you got pretty good taste there.
Yeah, you got good taste. You like set me on a path here, man. And like,
Mhm.
so the super cool color injected turbo adventure from hell #1, 1987 Bernie work here. Yeah, I got to work on the glare in my office here, but
My favorite thing about this is the like the texture work on the cover. I mean,
oh my
on
God.
my favorite thing on the cover, I should say.
I mean, it's
The
all like
Bernieisms.
this amazing Bernieisms here.
Yeah. Can you go back to the front cover, please?
I sure can.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's so good. That the sky and the smoke and the stacks, solid blacks, everything. It's like this is the best comic ever made.
Yeah. And it wraps around. It's a wraparound.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
Really?
Whoa, I had no idea. Oh my God. Ingredients. 193 little drawings, 1,876 words, 8 of which may or may not cause moral rage, hair loss, or chromosomal damage. One idea may or may not contain humor, wit, 37 Comico artboard, several long distance phone calls, junk food, coffee, Jack Kirby, Hernandez Bros, Harvey Kurtzman. Okay, great. Hey,
Whoa, that's cool.
that's a
His
very good.
influences.
Yeah,
Damn. Yeah, so
that's
this is really cool. Like this as a comic, like if you don't have it, guys out there, guys and gals out in comic book land, you're gonna want to go get it right now.
laymen and grandologists alike.
Layman's and grindologists alike, get in here.
This was my first. This is my first Bernie book.
Yeah.
I found it randomly. There were like, I think I was like living on Union Square, and there were guys with long boxes on the sidewalk. And I remember he's like, "Oh, I don't have any of that whack ass service." But then I found this.
You
Then I found
asked.
this book, and I was like, "Shit." And I
Shit.
just like as soon as I saw this cover, I was like, so obviously $1. It's like sold.
Yeah.
What
Sold.
a
I'll
book.
take it. It's truly just I don't know. Like you don't find comics like this these days. I mean, you don't and I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but it's just like I'm not sure you can make them like this anymore because like what's been done has been done, you know? And so like this is truly like some groundbreaking
Yeah. What I
creator owned shit right here.
when I try to like encapsulate what is so good about it, it's that every like mechanical component of the form, the gutters, the atmosphere, the lettering, the balloon shapes, the layouts, like very, very well considered juxtapositional design choices. He's so considerate of all of them all the time
Yeah.
and so innovative formally and aesthetically. I was just like turning the this book and like every single page is like, oh, you figured that out. It was one thing where there's like a car moving, and to get the motion on the back end, he's got a little like halftone, like just like a little thing of halftone to make it move. Unbelievable.
So
Every
good.
page.
Like this is unfettered, like unrestrained Bernie right here. You
What a
know, like
spread.
what's that?
Check out this spread. Look, it's designed specifically to be this 2 6 panel grid spread starting and ending symmetrically. Like it's you can look at this and figure out how comics work because it's so direct and
Yeah.
so simple. It does I remember finding, Mage like that and Sin City like that because he was like, "Hey, look at this. No, look directly at the thing I want you to see."
Yeah.
And I think Bernie does that, not necessarily while making your penis feel like it's made out of 3 machine guns, as is Frank Miller's, want to do, but
Yeah.
in a much more like understated, bohemian, Hernandez magical realism, natural kind of way.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, you can literally see time moving, in your first looks, you're going to go to the clock and to the other clock and then start reading.
There's a lot of food in this book. It's very sensory in that way.
Yeah.
Every story he eats at least twice.
I mean, this is your slice of life real stuff. This is what happens. He's going to the bank, things are happening. It's not. And again, like these Bernieisms that we talk about and we see from time to time are just like let loose.
Yeah, it's like Kick Ass.
In what
It's
way?
like it's
In that like that art.
it's ahead of its time. They both wear green and yellow. I don't know.
Look at
Look at that. Oh
that
man,
layout.
look at those wings. Yeah. This one
That's
always
so
kind of,
sick.
yeah.
What?
I don't like that the border, the way that the red triangle interacts with the line art, like bothers me for some reason.
Hmm.
Probably because I'm cranky.
Because why? It's
I'd
like a
say
color hold, but like it's his logo and it's
I
like
wish that
highlighting.
I wish that they'd kill the line on the circle where the triangle is touching it so that it would sort of breathe a little more.
Got it. Kill the holding line, like
What do I
continue
know?
the
Yeah, yeah.
bricks into the red and continue
Yeah,
that
yeah,
building into
yeah.
the red.
Fade the
That would have
bricks
been
in. Yeah,
cool.
what do I know?
Yeah, what do you
Look,
know, man?
hey, look at this. Look at this where he's framed in the crook of the guy's armpit.
Oh yeah. Ski-Doo. Oh man.
So
So
good.
good. Like again, Bernie just has this language that he's established even at this point.
Yeah, you
Like
said it.
I'm seriously like I'm wondering, this is coming out Comico. This is 1998, I believe. Or sorry, 1988,
88, yeah.
87.
When's Grendel?
Yeah, let's see. So did his success with Grendel lead to Comico picking up the jam? Or
Yeah,
did his
yeah. I think that this comes after.
this is October 87. And this is so it's about this is May 88. Yeah, so his run on Grendel does come before.
Eli,
So that makes sense.
I think you just said it, which is that he not only does he establish the language, like every single panel and reinforce it with the next one. He speaks the language of comics more fluently than most creators, and that's what makes him like the ultimate cartoonist, I think.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Agree with you 100%. And like, you know, when he passed, so many people came out and they knew exactly, you know, they had so much great stuff to say. You know, one guy, Michel Fife, another person whose style is so distinct and clear, you know, came out and was talking about, you know, Bernie and how his style was so effective on his
I
creation. And
Yeah, I have a colleague who's a cinematographer, and he he knows everything. So of course he knew about the Jam. I don't know. We got into it the first time we started talking. In 5 minutes, we were talking about the Jam. And the quote, he what does he quote? He always says, "The universe is random and perverse." Bernie Mireault. And I say, oh, well, when I get to that part, I'll remember your Arsenio. This is great. Hey, look at that! Look at that inset.
Yeah,
The
because
circle.
it's, I mean, it's repeating his days. Like, you know, it's the same stuff that he does every day. Or did
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. So then he
that's
goes to
yeah,
the
and
bank.
that's sort of like that mundane, repetitive quality is kind of interesting. Even like in the regular book, uh, there's like a very lengthy recap flashback of the first issue and the second issue, but it doesn't
Right.
feel, but it's like totally, it's not like tacked on or like summarized. It's like laid out. It's like story told as if like in real time, like a very like what I suppose like a Love and Rockets-esque effect.
Right. Well, and I think too, because, you know, and we got to get into this, the publishing history of the
Mm,
Jam is like, you know,
all over.
absolutely insane. You know, I might have to call up a list. And I did mess up and I went back. They don't repeat the spread we were talking about again. So we
Look at
won't go
this.
all the way
He
through it.
eats he eats like 4 times in this book.
Yeah, he's eat this amazing fish,
I love this scene. Look at that. How long it
fries
takes him
it,
to eat
and
the fish. Yeah.
yeah. And again, like this is just like a normal guy going through a normal day, relationship stuff. It's not, you're not, he's not really out there fighting crime. You know, he has
Look
his
at that
outfit.
six panel static camera. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Ooh,
like?
look at
This is the
that.
best. Is when the
Look at
silhouettes go to
that.
Funky Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when I opened the spread up. I was like, oh man.
When the silhouettes go to Funky Town. Yeah, this is amazing. You know, and look, he's got these cutouts for each
Yeah.
window is filled with like these cutouts. That's definitely Kirby, or maybe not. No, that's like that's an actor or
Sure, why
something.
not? That's Bernie. That's being the image isn't
Right in there,
Kirby-esque. I
yeah.
see, I see what you're saying.
And then, you know, this is where he kind of starts his crime fighting, his search, the Bank of Montreal. So, look at that. He finds some pizza, the Killadilla dog. Boom.
And then
Look at
that's
this.
Joe and Matt,
Joe Matt pin up and Burnt and Matt. Yep, Joe and Matt.
brothers in arms.
Yep. Gordy taking a
And I
squirt,
love
babe.
I love that so I really enjoy these pinups, and I'll tell you why. And the reason is that uh I haven't been asked in a while, but there was a time when I was getting asked to do a bunch of pinups. And I would say send me a PDF of your book because I can't do a pinup of your book. I haven't read the book.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that was sort of like surprising for some people to hear. And I think it is still surprising. It seems like there's a lot of pinups being done, by folks who may or may not have actually read a book.
Right. It happens all the time. Covers as well.
Happens
And
all the time. Oh, the back cover
happens.
in the John Lennon quote.
Yeah, that's
Oh man, that's great design. Eli, when I looked at this the design on this inside back and second last page, I
mhm.
was like, this is like we should just have this open all the time and just design everything based on,
I
that's
know.
cool.
I love it.
What
It's
else?
like a composition notebook or something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for real. It's so cool. So wait a minute. This is Matrix Graphics and Bob is the ad. Oh,
No,
so
this is
what's
published by Comico, but it says it's
oh
continuing in
oh,
Matrix.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about Matrix. Matrix also I have like Harlan
What's his name?
Ellison, Richard Corbin. Boy and His
From
Dog
Matrix?
books for Matrix. I think that's what it is. Who knows?
I thought
Okay,
maybe this one was, this is before. So this is
right.
before.
He's back and forth at Matrix. Or maybe he did.
I'm actually
Maybe
not sure if there's any more Matrix, honestly.
yeah, he may not have followed up. Hence the extracurricular publishers.
Yes. So this is like
This is the
the
beginning.
true first issue. This is the first appearance of the Jam, I think.
So
Is that where this
whichever
begins?
whichever one you have open, I'm going to have the opposite open.
You're gonna have the new one open here.
If you look at the old one, I'll look at the new one. I
You
am
have this
so
old one?
taken. I do, but the thing is, I can appreciate the digital grayscale remastering much more if I'm also looking on the
At the old
screen
one,
at the
yes.
newsprint.
All right, I'm gonna look up the publishing history here just so we
Okay,
have this
cool.
in line. Okay, yeah. So, oh, it looks like he maybe had some backup stories in New Triumph featuring Northgard. Let's see. The first published stories of the Jam appeared in New Triumph featuring Northgard from Matrix Graphics between 85 and 86.
Hmm,
Interesting. And they were,
interesting.
oh, they were collected as this. So this is the collected stories of that.
So let me tell you, just looking at that first page, can you open up one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Just having my new and this old, Eli, this book has been totally remastered.
Totally remastered for
It's
the
a
next.
it's been digitally re-inked.
Oh yeah.
It's
Wow.
unbelievable. Look at the bricks on the like the way he's doing the upper, the Art Adams shading on the bricks.
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy. Wild. Okay, cool. So this is the start of the story.
And he redid,
And
I mean, the bottom three panels, he like completely redid almost.
yeah,
The
yeah. Look, I
silhouettes
mean,
are
look at
different.
the buildings he just digitally adds.
Added in, yeah.
It's completely different. So this is, remember when we would do this for
For
the Granoff
Christine.
color? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'd have both. I was like, oh, what's going on? Ken and
This
Cece? Or yeah. So yeah,
man, this made me laugh so hard.
which part?
Maybe
That
the
she
next
comes out to
page.
be.
Yeah, it was that she's all tough, and then he just pretends. Yeah, turn the page. Get to the good part. Get to the good part. Where he just, what are you doing to my mother? I'll kill you all. They freak out and run. Hey,
Just scares him away immediately.
the his approach to lettering is very similar to Dave Sims in some ways,
Hmm.
but then really his own and different from Sims. I really like how like the font when he's screaming is like kind of like first grade crayon
Yeah, I
scroll. And
love when they do that. It gives you almost like a staff to read the letters like a like notation or something like.
it looks like what it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's what Dave Sim is really good at. There's a part in Cerebus where I don't want to talk too much about Cerebus.
You love
Where
service, dude.
I love Cerebus. All the government's being run by militant telepathic feminists and burkas,
Ooh.
and all unmarried men are legally considered degenerate and are allowed to live out their lives rent free in bars where they can drink themselves to death while eating as many rice cakes as they want. And the bar that Cerebus posts up to do this in is run by uh, two guys who are like analogs for Paul McCartney and George Harrison, and
Oh wow.
they intentionally speak in Liverpool accents, and the way that he letters it, it takes concentration to read it, but it looks like a Liverpool accent. Crazy shit.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. So that is like
Yeah.
what he's doing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, even though these are little stories, I don't know why I never put it together that maybe they were from something
Oh, so
else, you know?
these are those Northgard stories.
Yeah.
The scripting on this page on the left is my absolute favorite. The alliteration and the Jack Kirby and all that.
There was some motion comics that some Canadian publisher did at one point as well. And
Really
they did this. Yeah.
The Jam, urban adventure, written and drawn by Bernie Mireault. I love it. Episode 1, On the Roof. A little after 3 a.m. Surrounded. You've been bruised, beaten, bashed, and banged up, but still, you fight on. You've been shuckered, shanghaied, shot at, and shit upon, but you still fight on. They called your mom terrible things and forgot the onions on your cheeseburger, but you still fight. Clutching his support, the harried hero looks around at the circles of greasy gunsels closing in around him. The idiots. They think I'm helpless. Clutching at his side and feigning various internal injuries, the hooded stranger screams filthy, violent words at his would-be murderers, distracting them as he removes a small black ampule from the futility belt. With a cat-like movement, the good guy breaks the ampule on the deserted warehouse floor and charges straight into his amazed enemies with fists blazing. And when the smoke finally clears away, all is still. But wait! Something stirs in the rubble. It's Harvey the Killer Dilla Dog. There's no time to think. He attacks. The Jam, urban adventure, written and drawn by Bernie Mireault. I love it. Ba-bing.
I thought maybe that the urban adventure was this started again, but it's not. It's not.
You know, the thing is, these pages are all such a vibe that the storytelling takes a front seat to overarching plot.
Yeah.
You know, look at
But
that.
I mean, I feel like you can really also see the creativity and just the art get better.
Yeah, his art does get a lot. It's like how Mage, the art like gets like
Yeah.
you can see them learning on the page. You know, like it's like they're living it. You're gonna get better. You know, look at that. I love the sense of POV as he runs. It's not quite POV. It's still, I guess it's a little bit lower than the guy would be. It makes him look more imposing. Very nice.
Like he's looking back at him. Yeah, see, actually, I'm not necessarily sure I love the reproduction on all these pages. There's a lot lost.
Interesting. Yeah. I think that, you know, my sense was that once you get to the more developed style with like the kind of more beefy, heavy like contour lines.
Yeah. Like this
You know,
looks good.
what this feels like, it's like him and Matt are on the same tip before they know each other. And then once they meet, they sort of continue to cross-pollinate
I see.
for 10 years.
That makes sense. Like this is very Wagnerian.
Yeah. So we both actually, if you read Madman Jam in 98, Mage 2 came out in 99. So I met
and I was on board with Mage 2 when it started. That was where I got my start with Mage.
So, yeah, man. So I found that. I read that. I love those characters. And then I basically found Bernie and Joe's work independently, probably within a year of each other in my 20s.
Yeah.
A couple of years of each other. And then it was when I was reading the Peep Show page that you printed in the Grendel zine.
Oh, yeah.
That I put the whole thing together and it blew my fucking mind.
Right. That they're hanging out and smoking.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. This is cool. I always like this, how it's like Bruce Wayne, Frank Miller, occupied, OC, like Gordon Kirby. Yeah. So
there you go. So Gordy lives in Montreal with Janet, who has a real job.
Mm-hmm.
And their relationship is so-so. Is that like, does it change much from that? You know, there's that book Together, which is like follows up on their relationship.
Right. It kind of takes place after all this stuff. And there's not really any jam in it. It's just Gordy. But Ben, it's been a long time since I've read all these enough
What, you
to.
don't know? You don't
Uh,
remember?
I don't remember. I don't. Like, and it took me a long time to get all the stuff together.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
does
yeah,
this
for sure.
actually does this have everything? I guess so. It has the full run. Whoa, look at that. That's like a Kirby style pinup. David Abu Baka.
This Gordy face with the heavy shadow on it
Yeah.
looks like Lind Ward, the woodcut guy, God's man.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think I think that God's Man book came out the week that the stock market crashed. That's like why it has like mimetic power. I
Oh yeah.
theorize.
Yeah, I think Bernie, he definitely does
Yeah, there
that
we
sort.
go. Look at that upper right corner.
This
Sorry.
one.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Yeah, dude. The
Subdivide.
language, his language.
Yeah.
He does definitely have this like woodcut style that I think becomes something that he does even more of in Bug-Eyed Monster later on in his career
Mm.
and stuff like that.
So let's talk about later on. Bernie doesn't seem necessarily like the guy who would have a really technically proficient digital transition, but he did.
He
He had
really
like an
did.
he's working digitally since like 2005, it seems.
Yeah, and he was doing like Flash character design. Like, you can really see it in this stuff. He really,
This is the new color injected.
yeah.
Can you hold it a little bit lower so you're a little
Oh, sorry.
cropped
Yeah.
up top? I've never seen this book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
one's, I think
So,
it's like, is this like 60 pages or something like that?
yeah, I think so. It's got a few different like little things in there.
Oh,
The
okay.
Jam, a secret Bowman, one to one, and then on Ep 39, he's got a thing.
Okay. So one big one and a couple of shorts.
Hmm.
All right.
From Mike Allred's Madman number 12. So I think that's
Um,
that's Dr. Robot. Yeah. So that one is what we were talking about. That's super
This
um
is all digital, right?
all digital. Yeah.
Wow. It looks great.
Yeah.
Man, man, it looks great. Hell, those are cool.
Yeah. Got some paintings and stuff going on in there. Oh, so here's Dr. Robot. Yeah.
Hmm.
This stuff is really beautiful. So this is kind of like the later stuff that I was talking about. And then him and Allred did 2 issues of this, I believe, as well. Dr. Robot. I'm not sure. I think I just have mostly my Jam stuff on me right now. But
I love that. I love that sound effect, the rumble, the out of focus.
oh yeah,
Brilliant. Looks so good.
Avatars of Adventure. He did a lot of different work too. These paintings, some of these paintings,
Yeah.
he has as shirts up on the TeePublic. He just sent me a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is again still available on Amazon. I would suggest you guys pick this up. It's very good. And this is his newest work. This is from 2021.
Wow.
This was cool. This was fun, like, because I really wanted to publish it, but he wanted to go local, and he's friends with Nat. I much love to those guys, and
Nice.
but he sent me the stuff early, and he had me like look at it, and I got to read it like a couple months before it came out, and I'm gloating again, but I don't mean to, but I'm just excited by this relationship that I had with someone I really looked up to as a creator.
Yeah, man.
So
Well,
let's see.
Eli, I'm always happy to gloat for you. So if you
Oh,
ever need someone to do that, I'm happy to do that. You want to look at Tundra or Mackenzie Queen? Oh,
yeah, maybe we should
there
start
you
go
go.
back here. This is the old school stuff. This is, I guess, his first big book, and it's a science fiction book. It's really cool.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go easy on this because it was,
Oh, wow.
he always talked that
Whoa.
he didn't love the printing on this one, but oh, this is
Who
1990, so this is after that stuff actually.
Caliber Press. There you
Oh,
go.
83, published by Matrix, 83 to 84. So yeah, this is
Oh,
his early
okay.
stuff.
Now I remember
Yeah,
Di talking about how this was the book that they saw and his reputation preceded him based on
God.
how much everyone loved this book.
This series is dedicated to Mom, Jack Kirby, Dad, Harvey Kurtzman, Will Eisner, Renee, Los Bros Hernandez, Denise, the Rolling Stones, Michelle, Alex Toth, and fun stuff everywhere.
Fun.
I love fun. That's what we're having now, talking about Bernie's life and career.
He's so good. Yeah.
And, you know,
I've never seen these
different.
pages.
Yeah,
this is Mackenzie. The issues I have like 4 and 5. They do not look like this at all.
Yeah. This is very Kirby-ian, very curbaceous.
Yeah.
Definitely skipping.
Now it's growing. There we go. Now it's becoming a little. Give them 6 pages to get warmed up.
Now you're seeing some of these Bernie-isms coming in. I haven't read this either. I should definitely go through it. But
he's
it's
just
beautiful.
super. He's super
Shout
innovative.
out Ad House. Guess that's how far I got.
Oh, nice. Now look at those Bernie-isms.
Yeah,
full on Keith Haring.
Yeah,
This
another
is
full
great.
page of it. Yeah, this character.
Oh Jesus!
A doo-doo. You doo-doo a boo-boo. Oh man, yeah. This is just some beautiful work, you know? And this is where a lot of people got their start. I mean, I wonder like if this had a big US distribution, or was this maybe Canadian more so, or again,
this Eli, this is a moment where I'm comfortable saying you, I, and anyone watching this video are very hip people with interesting niche tastes. But this is I don't know. No one knows this but us.
well, some people do.
And the thousands of fans. Yes, the thousands of hip comics people that know of it. That's wild.
Look at this. Yeah, that's so sick.
So
damn. So yeah, I mean, I can just imagine like Matt and Diana like seeing this and being taken aback by the creativity of this creator. And
for sure.
and I you know, I don't know how they met, and I don't know how they started working together, but you know, if they were living in Montreal, if they were living and got introduced, you know, this is it's a match.
I feel like that's that's essentially what Di told us, something to that effect, or maybe other people in Montreal helped. I don't know.
Yeah, thanks for buying the book right here in front. That's cool, man. Respect, Bernie. You're welcome. Look at this. Oh my God. This mark making, Ben.
Yeah, it's like Ronin.
It's so sick. There's definitely
it's not like Ronin.
It's not like Ronin, but it's like there's definitely some scratching going on, some razor blading, or maybe some.
Oh, really? What is going on? The rapidograph?
Yeah.
Opaque white. Yeah, razor blade.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Layers. It's got maybe like a Barry Smith quality to it.
This really does. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And then sometimes he gets really simple, especially on the title character here, where it's sort of like it's kind of deceptive. And he does it with the Jam too, where he'll like sort of purposely draw. Matt would do this in War Child, purposely draw the character in a awkward and like maybe even slightly intentionally stiff pose,
right?
To make it more like mundane, instead of
to accentuate what else is going on. Like, look at oh my God, this is so sick.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That's just white spray media on black.
Can you hold that? Can you hold that up?
Which side?
Close to the right side. I want to see the trails, the Bernie. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, definitely like scraped in Bernie-isms.
That's so cool. So atmospheric.
Damn.
Nice.
It's amazing. Ah, you felt it before, Mackenzie Queen.
Right. This issue I have.
Oh
yeah. Look at that layout. Wow.
This airbrush stuff, or there's Bernie-isms down here in this panel.
That might be a toothbrush.
Toothbrush getting the spray right here.
Maybe.
Might be right. All right, guys, you got to pick up Mackenzie Queen. I think he was toying with doing more of this.
No, don't tell them to buy it. They buy it. I can't get it
until Ben has it. All right. That respect on that, Ben. Let's see what else we have up here. So we've been through the Grendel. Let's take a look through the short stories book.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to, or where were you thinking?
Let's give this a flip. Everyone knows they can find what they want on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And
the cat
burn one down for Bernie. Super cool.
Yes. Isaac versus Eli. Those are his kids.
Oh yeah.
We have some Jam stuff in here. The Jam 1A, 1B.
Wow.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Love it.
Dark Horse's Happy Endings, man. I love this. This is a really, really great anthology. It's got a Frank Miller cover. The very first con I ever went to and ever worked at was Mocha 2004 in the Village, New York City.
Oh, I was there.
It's crazy. I think we've talked about this. They gave that out for free, or they gave that away to everyone.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, Mahfood was there. That's where I first met him, and I worked with him. I learned later on that I think Jim Rugg and Ed Piskor were there.
Wait,
I met
2004?
Kyle Baker. Yeah, 2004.
You see Rick Veitch? Was Rick Veitch at that show?
I probably didn't know him yet.
That might have been later. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what I saw? Someone posted a Blair Witch Project story that someone else wrote that Bernie drew.
Yes, I found that recently in a long box. Yeah,
nice, dude.
Yeah, that was cool.
Show me more of this cat.
Yeah, so this is a cool one. This is again just like these are short stories that he did mostly for anthologies, or there's another cool one that he did. I think it's called like Weird Science Tales, and it's got like I don't know, it's just like a science thing. It's got a lot of really cool tones in this. Like,
you know what this page on the right looks like? It looks like Chris Ware.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, because there's action going on, the background doesn't change, The
simple, clean,
black is good.
designy.
Yep. And it ends where it began too. Another thing that he seems to do. Of the Spheres.
Wow, this has got that woodcut feel to it for sure.
Number 29 of the Caliber Comics anthology, Negative Burn.
Oh.
Another cool. Negative Burn is sweet. Oh, check this out. I knew referred to as what we worked on as toilet paper and soldering. Okay, using a brush on that stuff was usually okay, but a pen nib caused serious bleeding, which is when loose paper fibers absorb the ink. Yeah, he was always really good at talking about his process, what he did. If you go back on his Facebook recently, maybe in the last like 4 or 5 years, he did a lot of writing about his life in comics, and it's very, very cool.
I remember a lot of posts.
Yeah.
A lot of posts about Jack Kirby. Yeah, you got to excavate that stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That's so cool.
This is just another beautiful, like to see his like short storytelling chops, to see like, look at this, 2-bit funnies.
2-bit.
It's an upgrade. Now we'll have higher resolution.
Oh man, that's funny.
No, that's great.
And that's real pixel art, right? Or
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't draw
that. I think he used Flash for a while too. Yeah. Here we go. So this is
that
like
makes sense.
The Bomb. The story was created in the early '80s. Originally appeared as a backup story in issue 2 of my first long story, a 5-issue limited series titled Mackenzie Queen. That's cool.
Very Frank
We
Miller.
just went through it.
Wow.
Oh my god, yeah, very Frank.
And then Matt Hoche Anderson.
Yeah. Damn, this is awesome.
Man.
It's been a minute since I've been through this book myself. This is very like, oh man, yeah.
That's great. Man, what Zappa?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh man, look at that Tetris piece shaped one with them under the tree.
This one. Oh, this one.
Look at that. You go down the tree and then you find the couple.
Oh, this one, yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. And then you go back up to watch the bomb fall. Oh no, you go from the tree up to find the bomb. Here. Oh man.
Yeah.
So cool. That's
so well done, man.
I've never seen a panel shape like that before. Man.
Oh look, happiness repelled the bomb and it just went back up.
New story, new style.
Mm-hmm. Half-page newspaper strips. That's cool. We lived in Montreal. They were put in the newspaper then. One called Film and one called Asshole. These are definitely like the Flash illustration style.
Uh-huh. That's like it like vectorizes it, or?
Yes, it does. It vectorizes. Yeah, that's I think what part of that was. So this one was in Madman issue 16. Bug-Eyed Monster, Halloween 99. And now, so you can kind of tell some of the like computer generated like textures and tones.
Yeah, sure.
The coloring, splurred.
25 years old. What do you want from me?
Ah, man, this is cool. McGill Alumni News Magazine. Oh yeah, this drawing was ink, pen, and marker on paper. It was colored in Photoshop.
Yeah.
A speedball C6 nib stuck in a holder. There we go. Isaac versus Eli too. There's his kids battling it out. It's pretty cool, kind of like Street Fighter style.
Oh,
Little
there you go.
Cyclops. I think they get
That's
superpowers and then they start battling each other.
Simonson's Cyclops.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Damn, this is the detail on this one is glorious, man.
Yeah, the terrarium.
Yeah.
Oh, the little documents. Oh man.
Yeah.
What a talent. Ugh, God.
Ugh, God. Wow, damn. The shapes and shading that he worked with too.
Yeah, for sure.
So awesome.
It's a world you can visit. It's
Mhm.
it's your imagination takes you there right away.
I don't
Every
want to
panel.
give this whole thing away. You guys need to go out and get this one. All right, so
And then
like
and
even
then that reprints.
and
And
this is even another.
and
This
that's a
is like a
different
third
edition.
version.
Crazy.
It's like a proto version of
Gotta
in
it's gotta
between the old
it's
one.
gotta be just right, Eli. You gotta get
It truly does. He redid the card here even.
You know what I appreciate, especially in this issue, and other black and white jam stuff, is that his gauge on the screen tone and his precision with the screen tone. It's simple shapes, but like, he's so precise that it has a digital feel to it almost.
I think actually for this is he did redo the screen tone, and this is digital screen tone. And then in the third version, the new version, I'm not sure it had that.
Wow, look at this one.
Yeah, look at all this. These are two small strips, I guess. Again, probably the digital. And then we're back to the Jam Urban Adventure stuff. Hi-hat. That's awesome. This is the story that is in Wizard 1, but uncolored.
Oh.
So I guess the only place you can get it in color is Wizard 1.
There you go.
And so that's kind of like
yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. This has that frame that I pulled out for that post I made. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Where it says, I like it. And I was like, share this to share the love. I thought it was in here.
Yeah, man.
Then we got some pinups, digital pinups. God, this one is really good. And this like really shows off what he could do. And when this came out, I think this was when we first started working together. And I was like, is there any new stuff? 2017. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot of Bernie for you guys to find. It's not super hard to find all of it, and much of it is online to get. This, I believe, is the newest work, or other than the new The Jam
color one. Yeah.
Yeah. 2012.
This is like a spin-off of the Jam, right? It's Gordy and
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Their relationship in some way. My sense, look at that. There it is again.
Yep, an appendix.
My sense is that maybe this one might bleed more autobiographical. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it does reflect perhaps like a little bit more of what was going on in his life at this time period. So, and while this is Gordy and Janet,
it does have that like vector feel in some of it, and then this is super loose.
Yeah. Wow, look at this.
Yeah.
Up here's another version.
And there's another one in grayscale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Really cool.
It's a
so this book is really truly worth getting. It's interesting. Nice. And then there's so much The Jam. I mean, let's see. So The Jam went on to be published by Matrix, the Jam special. Then Comico did the Urban Adventure. Then the super cool color injected turbo Adventure from Hell was by Comico.
Oh, you're reading this, by the way. This isn't like just.
No, let's off the top. Stop, Ben. It is. No, I'm reading.
I was like, wow, he really knows this stuff.
So 1 through 4 is slave labor. Then 5 is 1 through 5 is slave labor. And then it was reprinted by Tundra. So slave labor 1 and Tundra number 1 are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do I have the slave labor? Slave labor 4, 5. I got Dark Horse, Caliber, Tundra. I'm not sure I do have the Slave Labor #1. Oh, what's this one? Yep. So Slave Labor
it's the matte
#1
one.
is the
Yeah.
matte. Yeah, so maybe Slave Labor did all the matte covers. So let's just see like if these are the same. Damn, look at that back cover. Holy shit.
Nice.
That is amazing. All right, let's just check real quick to see the similarities between the Slave Labor and the Tundra to see if there's much difference. Definitely the covers and the back covers this image again, which is one we know. Whoa, tape.
I have the 4th issues lined up. Oh man. They're totally,
Ah, okay, here we go. So the Slave Labor is black and white and the Tundra is color.
so yeah. And the Tundra color is you think it's blue line or when
I mean, it
Bernie
seems
talked,
like it.
one of the answers that Bernie gave you about coloring Devil by the Deed was that not only was it, I'm gonna screw this up. Not only was it blue line, but that he sort of like gave it a animation cell shading approach. Was that, or
Right,
was
yeah.
that? No. That's when Bernie was painting cells for Heavy Metal.
I don't know. We should
Bernie,
have called up some of that stuff.
I think Bernie told you that before he hooked up with Matt, I think that he cut his coloring teeth on animation cells for Heavy Metal, I think, for the
I
movie.
think you might be right. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go through that.
So I wonder if this is that process. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, most stuff he colored with
Must be.
Matt for Grendel was that blue line method.
And you can really, if you track Devil Inside to this, I think you can really see a progression.
100%. And I mean, these covers are so cool, you know? They're
Yeah.
also and the like I wonder who came up with the like design treatment, like with the logo at the top and then the line and stuff. It's very like EC style, but it makes the comics like stand out so much. And like they just look great on the shelf. You know, it's amazing.
His coloring in this book is super atmospheric in basically the way that War Child isn't. Which is interesting.
Oh wow. It says separations and pre-pages by Pro Media Color Graphics.
In a digital world, we'll never know what that could possibly mean.
Dang, look at this page.
When is this from? When was this printed? 92. Whoa. So definitely not digital. Hey, look at that. And I every time I've ever talked about this book, it's usually to be like, oh yeah, if you like Hawkeye, where he eats pizza and hangs out with his dog, you might like this book too,
Yeah, but a lot actually oh my God, look at these. See, like
that's great.
Yeah, the layouts is something that Bernie was incredibly adept at.
This is some Jesse Lonergan type stuff.
Amount of panels.
Real Zappa. Oof.
Ben, I feel like we could talk about Bernie all day, and perhaps one day we shall. We should definitely get back into.
We shall again.
We'll get the Bernie cast going again someday soon. I'll link to our previous episode. We did a Bernie episode previous to this, didn't we?
Well, we've got 3 Devil Insides.
That's true, at least. I thought we did a side app of some Bernie at some point.
Maybe it was a Facebook Live story we flipped through.
Maybe it was one we did in person. Yeah, you might be right.
Something like that.
Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to be trying to work with, Bernie's editors and the people that knew him best. And we're going to try to get something to honor Bernie in the future coming and all that stuff. So it's going to keep his memory alive, keep his art growing, and show it to your friends and buy these books off the Amazon. And let's get these things selling out.
Keep the memory alive. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for burning one down with us.
Yeah.
Grindologists.
Exactly. Vivat Bernie, and keep on burning.
Burning.
Later on, man.
True love was gets in